Yeah, it's a grueling, like, almost full hour of Ozu.
Alright, and we should be heading into roles, picks, and bans soon. As soon as Bancho decides to load. And so PonSnow roll day 45, Saratoga roll day 38, and PonSnow opts to pick first, and Saratoga opts to ban second. So we will be seeing first ban and first pick from Saratoga. No, from PonSnow. Me when I spread information. Alright, so bans will go A, B, B, A. First ban is Hard Rock 2. I don't think we've seen Hard Rock 2 too many times in this tournament. They don't seem to be a fan.
The small circles are really hard to hit, to be fair. It's not a skill set you start learning until... Well, hard rock as a whole is not a skill set you start learning until, like, you're into, like, 5-digit territory.
And next up we have a DT2 and a No Mod 5 ban from Saratoga, finally with a Free Mod 2 ban from PonSnow. So a lot of the 2s are gone. A first pick into No Mod 6, okay. You know, I was talking to PonSnow about this yesterday, and he was like, I have no idea what to pick into my opponent. And I was like, why don't you just pick No Mod 6? And oh my, that's what we're doing, I suppose.
First pick. PonSnow played this against Riley yesterday too, and he won it, right? So
The
I
real
think
difficulty of this
practiced
map
on this.
is just the rhythm. There's nothing too mechanically challenging, tapping or aim-wise. It's just, there's so many 1/3s layered on quarter notes, layered on 16th notes. It's just like, what's going on?
And if you, like, count too short, then you basically just miss.
And we see
Like, you see
PonSnow
that.
dropping pretty early. This map is slow enough to the point where it can be mashed, and it's OD8, so it's barely forgiving. I'm not expecting amazing accuracies on this though. Oh my.
It's looking a little rough in act-wise, but I think we saw the same thing yesterday. And
Yeah, I
PonSnow managed to come out on top.
Unless tournaments have like specifically gimmick players, most of the time at this star rating and this like rank range, people aren't really going to be doing too well in the act department on gimmicky maps. They're just kind of mashing and praying for the best.
And that so far worked out decently
And-
well for PonSnow.
Yeah, we're gonna head into this Key Eye section. PonSnow with a fairly comfortable 50k lead. Mostly based off of that large combo he held on early. And Saratoga dropping again. I think misreading a 5-stack as a 4-stack.
Oh.
This map is so challenging because it really sprinkles in a lot of 4-stacks and 5-stacks, so you really have to kind of familiarize yourself with the map in order to do well.
Yeah, this is not a map that I think Riley tried sight reading yesterday and just kind of did not have a great time. It's definitely one of those maps that require some practice, and
PonSnow actually raising his AC a little bit. I don't think it'll matter too much. The rank gap, or the score gap, has grown a little bit more since we last checked in on them.
okay. And I think, like we saw yesterday, PonSnow has a bit of an act advantage, so he's not required to keep as much of a combo, whereas
And
Saratoga
yeah,
is...
even though Saratoga did catch up quite a bit there, just off of a really large combo, the two of them broke in the same spot, and that is going to give this first point to PonSnow.
175,000 to 138,000.
I think that is higher than the scores we saw yesterday. At least I remember one of the players getting like a pretty low score.
Yeah, but I think PonSnow did have a little bit of a better score. Actually, it's about the same.
And we see a Fremont 3 pick from Saratoga.
Interesting.
This one is an interesting one.
It's definitely a little bit more like, I guess, finger control in that you have to like slow down your speed a little bit for some of the streams.
Yeah, it's 172 BPM, so it's nothing that these players can't play. They've both demonstrated that they can pretty comfortably stream at least 170. I think, honestly, the circle size might be the challenge on this one, and both players are actually opting for the hard rock rather than the hidden.
It's definitely a decent choice on this map. The
I
only
would
issue
do the
is,
same.
yeah, the only issue is just the high OD, which makes the triple section in the middle kind of rough. Both players starting off with less than Solar Act.
Compared to like trying to stream with hidden though, I think hard rock is the lesser of two evils on this map.
Maybe, yeah, but I think the circles are so big that you can kind of just hope for the best on hidden and still hit like the streams decently well.
And halfway through the map, Saratoga with 120k, 130k now, leading off of PonSnow's break earlier. Saratoga still holding an FC, I think.
This is a really short map, so there's like not too much time to like recover. So I think PonSnow is going to need Saratoga to like drop a lot.
Saratoga's going to have to chain miss, I think, for PonSnow to win. Saratoga does drop, but PonSnow also broke right before that, so he just doesn't have any combo to respond with.
How a little unfortunate, but that's just how this Fremont 2 is, or Fremont 3 is.
Both players with pretty respectable scores though. 370k and 500k on this map is nothing to scoff at. Especially with HR Axe.
That high OD is really doing a number on these players, but...
And that ties it up. 1-1.
1-1.
It is PonSnow's pick next.
No mod 4.
No mod 4. I think both players are really comfortable in DT, so they're not picking it into each other.
Right. But at some point they're going to have to start picking into each other's skill sets, and the match is going to be a lot more volatile from there.
I think Saratoga here is going for the more standard mechanics picks, while PonSnow is going for the goofier picks. Maybe just trying to out-gimmick his opponent.
I think we saw the same like pick strategy yesterday from PonSnow.
And it worked for him, so maybe you're just trying to do it again. Instead of, you know, picking into your own strengths, pick into your opponent's weaknesses. I might suck at this map, but you suck even more than I do.
Well, Hidden 2 is open, and both players aren't Hidden 2 players, so it's going to be interesting to see if that comes into play. And we see scores of like 50k.
This is a pretty jarringly different map from the one that they just played. For one, it's also really short, but it's a much bigger CS, or a much smaller CS, higher CS value. And PonSnow actually dropping the first 2 breaks on this map. Not what you want to see, but this is his pick. He does have a much higher AC than Saratoga, but just struggling to hold combo.
Saratoga's break there, I think, does help out PonSnow.
Definitely.
That's because he's holding accuracy fairly well.
Yeah, with
at least
Saratoga continuing to find misses in the second third of the map. They both drop right there, but that's going to actually bring the score over. If both players continue to just really struggle to hold combo, it's going to come down to who can just consistently keep their AC a bit higher and just cheese in 200 combo every now and then. This map is just so challenging for this star rating. It has a lot of tapping. It has a lot of aim.
And those streams are definitely a little bit difficult to like read. Oh, there's like definitely a lot of patterns that just aren't readable.
And it's 147 BPM, so it's in that awkward range where it's like alt tapping, but the patterns aren't really alt patterns, and we see both players finding breaks there. I think it might have been a banter break for Saratoga. PonSnow does drop for real though.
And there's a huge score gap at this stage of the map. There's not a lot of time left.
Yeah, Saratoga does have the combo, but he just doesn't have the act, unfortunately, to bring it over. And
yeah, with that break, it's over.
That's gonna be 2-1. Favor of PonSnow.
Two misses versus 3 misses. Pretty solid for...
There were a lot of slider breaks on that map, though. I think there were only a couple of misses, but we definitely saw them dropping combo pretty frequently because the sliders on this are just ruthless.
Absolutely. But that's just the standard no mod 4.
And we see the first DT pick of the pool. DT3.
Piano X Forte.
This is our finger control pick.
Finger control pick? It's interesting seeing that after losing the no mod 6.
Well, it's kind of different finger control, you know. No mod 6 is like a rhythmic finger control. It's goofy. DT3 is just fast. Go.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I think in this situation, maybe if you're nervous, picking a faster map might actually be good. Because you can just kind of just get the nerves out of the way, versus something slower. If you're jittery, you might miss tap.
I guess maybe like Saratoga was hoping to pick DT2, but since that's banned, DT3 is like, I guess, the next closest thing to like...
Saratoga bans DT2 though. Saratoga banned out both speed maps actually, banning out No Mod 5 and DT2.
That's an interesting pick then from Saratoga, because this map definitely does have a bit of speed required.
It's like, it's pretty fast after DT, right?
It's 210. It's 210.
210, but it kind of has like a few alty patterns in it, because 140 BPM before DT is going to be an alt map with tapping elements, and you can already tell immediately both players dropping quite a bit of AC. PonSnow with an early break once more. This map is also pretty short. They've opted to play 3 pretty short maps in a row, all around the 2-minute mark. Not wanting to test consistency, I suppose. Saratoga drops right there, actually.
We see again, just like last match, PonSnow does have that AC advantage, where Saratoga is just struggling on his own pick.
I believe that Saratoga did say that he was really nervous before this map, so you can kind of see that cursor shake as well. Probably the tournament nerves coming into play. And right now, the differentiator between the two is the accuracy. Saratoga's gonna try to pull this over, but he's just down so much in AC that even though he does have a combo advantage of around 60, he's got his work cut out for him. With PonSnow dropping though, that's gonna help it.
Yeah, Saratoga just needs to hold and just combo game his opponent. It's definitely enough map where
Saratoga breaking right there though, which gives both the AC and the combo advantage to his opponent. PonSnow dropping right there, but a two-way reset is going to favor the person in the lead. And PonSnow right now has like a 20-point AC advantage. That's absolutely massive on Scorby 2.
Yeah. Man, this AC difference is just too large for Saratoga to just...
Yeah, and both players basically held the same amount of combo throughout the entire map, breaking in almost identical places, and that 90k difference is off of AC alone. I think PonSnow actually finding more misses on the map overall. It's just the places where he found those misses were less spaced out than Saratoga's, and it will allow him to take his 3rd point. first break point of the match as well.
I mean, we saw this on the first match too. One player got off to an early lead before the other just was able to bring the momentum back. So, we're going into HD3 from PonSnow. Interesting pick. Yesterday, he did not pick any HDs at all. So to go into HD here, quite an interesting strat. I think he's just gambling that Saratoga is not comfortable on HD either.
I think that both of these players didn't do too well on Hidden during Quals, but these Hidden maps are really different from the Quals maps. This one is alty, it's mean, and it is very long. It's 3.5 minutes almost, so it's definitely going to be less of a mash. This one's going to be less of a mash fest than the last 3 maps.
Absolutely.
Saratoga finding a really early break. Not gonna matter though. There's a lot of combo in this map.
Those players able to hit that stream. Or
yeah, the circular pattern. This map is like a No Mod 3 from the earlier rounds, except oopsies, Hidden's on top of it.
HD alt, my favorite skill set.
Both players looking a little rough in the act department. Saratoga definitely looking more comfortable on this map than the last one though, and with PonSnow dropping right there, Saratoga is not going to be able to pull it over because I cast her first.
Well, the acts are pretty even at this stage. Right now, the score is like based on the combo. Just PonSnow holding on a little bit longer, but combo reset. There's plenty of time to build a huge combo. Or
if the warm-up, where both players played Fuzzy Future, which is another alt map, is anything to go off of, both players can alt. It'll just come down to nerfs, and again, both players breaking in the exact spot. They're just so evenly matched.
acts are very similar as well.
I think Saratoga just slightly over-aiming right there.
The Hidden making a difference, causing them the same.
And I think those doubles just catching both players off guard. This map is a bit of a break fest so far. Halfway through the map, and neither player is in the 6 digits yet in terms of score.
Well, Saratoga accidentally hit the smoke key during that last section. Not sure what happened there.
Flow aim on Hidden is just so difficult though. Like, I know for a lot of players like me, I forget where the notes are, so you kind of lose track of where you're flowing, or the spacing, and then, uh-oh, I've changed 15 misses. And both players breaking on the back and forth patterns.
I think skin helps a lot with that, though. Having like a decent skin that gives like a bit of an effect underneath the circles does help you keep tracking with where you are in the stream.
And yeah, PonSnow dropping again. I don't think it'll matter. This map ultimately came down to who could hold 20 more combo 5 more times.
Absolutely.
This one was definitely one of the more challenging maps though when we pulled it. Just so many patterns in the KIs are very challenging.
Especially with that Hidden just making all the notes disappear.
And you can definitely see that players are less comfortable on this than the other tapping heavy flowy map. They got like around half the score they got on the Freebot 3. Next up to pick is Saratoga. So how will he try to respond? He can't pick another DT map. So if I was him and kind of nervous in this situation, I think the best plan would just be to pick something standard, pick something you're comfortable on, because both players have kind of been seeing consistency issues so far this map. Oh, yeah, let's go! No mod 2!
No mod 2!
I'm so glad that players actually found my copy pasta. I feel like they don't read my notes. But at least my notes are being seen.
The venue special notes for this map. We'll just spam it in chat throughout this map.
Yeah. This is the third no mod pick of this match, by the way. They've played 5 maps so far, about to be 6, and half of them have been no mod maps.
I'm surprised to not see any Hard Rock so far.
I think both players are pretty iffy on both Hidden and Hard Rock, but Hard Rock is more of a toss-up because it's harder to act Hard Rock than Hidden.
Right. Absolutely. But
Saratoga's stopping spinning her early again. I've seen him do that quite a few times in his earlier matches too.
I mean, as long as you spin enough, it's fine to just stop spinning at the end, so you have a bit of time to just kind of reset your cursor. But
and both players finding a few early breaks. Again, as we saw from the Fremont 3, both players are very much capable of streaming at this BPM. This will probably just come down to nerve control and being able to keep their AC up during the streams.
Absolutely. I think Saratoga's doing a better job as of now.
Yes, Saratoga has a pretty large combo advantage with that break from PonSnow. However, the AC is a little rough. I think we've kind of seen this story before. Saratoga probably is not the best player on Score v2 in terms of accuracy.
But it only takes like one chain 100 stream from PonSnow to completely change the deck.
And especially on a stream map, it's just so easy to drop a bunch of 100s in a row. And just like that, Saratoga has brought his AC up by 4 points. I think both players are starting to settle in, which is good, because this map does not get any easier, but also it doesn't get any harder.
Clearly it's actually changed.
Both players bringing their AC up.
Yeah. PonSnow currently with the combo advantage.
This is a pretty close combo game, though. If PonSnow drops here and Saratoga continues to hold, he can definitely bring the score lead over.
He's clearly just one unlucky break from going either way.
And Saratoga actually the first to drop there, so that is going to allow PonSnow to really take advantage of this. This guitar section is pretty tapping intensive, and we see PonSnow actually dropping right there. He did do quite a bit of damage though in that 20 seconds or so that he had.
There's only a fourth of the map left.
His AC has dropped quite a bit though, I think in an effort to keep the combo up. Both players have around an equal amount of AC.
And be down to PonSnow just having that large combo in the middle.
Yeah, but he held 800 combo almost.
Yeah, Saratoga are missing there. I think that's the point.
Yeah, with 50k and neither player really having much AC or combo, that will just give the point to whoever's in the lead. And that is PonSnow. Breaking on the last slider. Classic.
Classic. 5-1 to Saratoga. Where have we seen this before?
Yeah, I was gonna say, we've seen this situation before.
Both players, PonSnow is saying that they both choked. I think PonSnow did have a better score yesterday.
Definitely. Looking at these scores, like 250k and 200k aren't the highest scores, but this map just has so much combo that you really have to hold a large amount of combo.
No
And
mod 3.
no mod 3,
Seeing a lot of
he
alts.
cannot pick no mod 3. That is a triple pick.
Oh.
If our ref remembers the rules.
Yeah.
Oh, he's here. Wait, no, he's deafened.
He's not. No, that's Jimmy that's here.
Wait.
Are we
Did
going
he
right
pick-
into it?
Was that in a
Wait.
row?
No. Wait. Well, pick it straight. Okay.
Wait, yeah, I'm tripping.
Oh wait, no, yeah, that was that hidden 3 pick. That was that hidden 3 pick. Right.
Yes, he picked no mod 6, hidden 3, and then no mod 4. Or he picked no mod 6, no mod 4, and then hidden 3 or something.
Yeah.
I don't know my own rules. Right?
There's a lot of non-mod picks in PonSnow though.
Definitely. I think PonSnow has figured out that he's just slightly more comfortable on the alti stuff and the no mod stuff, so he's really taking advantage of that.
I think the story of this match so far has just been like that act.
Yeah, it's just that
PonSnow.
Saratoga's, unfortunately, they're dropped around the same amount of misses. It's just that Saratoga's are evenly spaced through the map, while PonSnow's are all really concentrated, which allows him to build slightly larger combos, and since he has a bit of a higher AC, he just kind of takes each point.
Early on, we just see Saratoga breaking a lot. I think a bit of that is just tapping a little bit too fast.
Yeah, this map isn't super fast, it's only 142 BPM.
Saratoga's struggling to build a combo. Meanwhile, PonSnow, 400 combo.
PonSnow finding
Oh.
a break right there.
Oh no. But I think that's...
Saratoga does trade it around 50 combo later. The patterns on this map are more difficult than the hidden 3, but because both players do seem to be more comfortable on hidden, or on no mod than hidden, they are having a slightly better time than that hidden 3.
Only slightly though.
Yeah, we saw
Halfway.
around 60k score halfway through the map on the hidden 3, and it's looking to be like that on this map as well.
But Saratoga's built up a little bit of a combo.
Yeah, with PonSnow finding a break right there, both players actually finding a break, that will reset everything on the board.
Halfway through. PonSnow doubles Saratoga's scores right now, but a lot of that is kind of the accolade. PonSnow needs to drop some ag for Saratoga to have good chances of.
And both players have been breaking a lot through this map. It's been a bit of a break fest. If someone can just hold the rest of the map, this can easily go their way. There's a lot of score left to be earned.
Absolutely. But it's really hard to earn that score.
This
As
map
you can
is
see.
unforgiving.
It's just 3 minutes or 4 minutes straight of pure tricky alt patterns.
Along with the No Mod 4, this is one of the harder maps in the pool, in my opinion.
This is just going to be PonSnow's pick at this point. That score gap is huge.
Yeah, and even with a
right
chain
now.
miss from PonSnow right there, Saratoga does trade it, unfortunately. I don't think there's much that can be done at this point. This map just turning out to be a bit too much of a beast for either of these players to conquer.
And that will bring this match to match point. Saratoga is gonna need to find something and something fast.
You know, this happened last time too, so
Oh, yeah.
it's definitely too early to call it over. And both players actually hitting that stream pattern.
Point to PonSnow. 1 point away from moving on to losers grand finals.
And again, both players finding the same amount of misses. I think Saratoga did find a few more slider breaks, but
DT1 from Saratoga. We haven't seen too much like standard aim picked between these players yet. All of the ones are still open. This is the first one.
I suppose that players just aren't willing, these two players in particular, aren't willing to gamble with each other, but this could just be a Hail Mary of sorts from Saratoga.
Right. Previous picks that the DT, the HR3, right? No, the DT3 and the Fremont 3 didn't go too well because Saratoga needs to think of something, and this is what he's going with, DT1.
I think if Saratoga can find some footing on this DT1, he will be in a pretty good position going forwards, because there are quite a few aim picks in this map. He does slightly over-aim that triple, though.
That's just plenty of map.
This map is your standard aim DT1. It's a pretty conventional BPM, 200 BPM, AR 9.7. Both of these players should be comfortable stat-wise.
Again, with a lot of these other maps, we're seeing the ag advantage for PonSnow.
And going into the first chorus, that 40 combo advantage and roughly 5 points of ag to PonSnow are the only thing that's making the difference right now.
I think it's whoever misses first, if the other holds on, that it's gonna be their point. So Saratoga, fighting for his tournament life, needs to just hold.
And Saratoga does drop right there. At roughly the halfway mark, it is pretty painful to drop right there. Especially when your opponent is still holding an FC. He has recovered pretty well, though. Increasing a little bit.
But I think Saratoga is going to need a bit of help on PonSnow's side in order
PonSnow's going to need a drop, and he's going to need a drop very soon, because the way DT points ramp up, that last third of the map, if you're FCing, it's worth so much. And PonSnow actually does break right there. Saratoga needs to hold on, and he needs to FC the rest of the map, otherwise it will not be enough. He's gonna need to FC the rest of the map and pray for repeated breaks from PonSnow, because PonSnow is still gaining score. And Saratoga continuing to make that score gap decrease, but PonSnow just isn't giving an inch. I think that probably will be it, unfortunately. And yep, that will be point to PonSnow, and he will also take this match. I think that was an FC. No, he did not. He did not FC. No, he broke in the middle. I see it. No.
It's not how we're ending this match.
We're ending this match 7-1. Saratoga, unfortunately, just coming short on a few of his picks. And PonSnow will be advancing forwards to the losers grand finals.